What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Schrager Hour, a post-Super Bowl recap episode. We are recording this on Wednesday morning because it was just an awesome week, and I didn't get back until Tuesday afternoon. Yes, I'm still recovering from 8 days in San Francisco and Los Angeles and Anaheim. I left San Francisco last Monday, did the Pro Bowl on Tuesday, had a whole week of Super Bowl shows, Super Bowl, and then I hopped on a plane to Los Angeles where I did get up at 4:30 in the morning on Monday morning, then hopped in a car, went to Anaheim, and I ended up riding in the teacups with Sam Darnold and Kenneth Walker and doing First Take, NFL Live, a show called Super Bowl Live, Sports Center, and then basically had 40 minutes of hanging with Darnold the day after he just won Super Bowl MVP, all in the Magic Kingdom of LA and Disneyland. Wild 8 days, but let me give you the highlights. Anyone else can break down the game for you and why A.J. Barner was so open and why Drake May couldn't complete a pass. Anyone else can do that, and they will, and we've done it already. Let me give you the stuff that you didn't see. Let's start with the parties. Yeah, I'm very deliberate with the party stuff. I like to pick 3. There for 8 days, pick 3. I want to be in by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, all the other nights. And I do that. I am disciplined. My vocal cords, they can't handle screaming while everyone's drunk on beer and vodka sodas. I don't drink at these parties. I go in and I like to just make my presence felt, meet some new friends, and go from there. So I picked my spots. And I chose 3. And here are my official reviews for you, the listeners and the viewers, because you're not getting this anywhere else. Number 1, the Kelsey brothers' New Heights party was fantastic. Be a hater on the Kelseys all you want. I know they're out there. I know that people think they're overexposed. These guys are amazing. I'm sorry. I've gotten to know Jason very well this season. We work on Monday Night Football together. He's unbelievable, gregarious character and loving. And then Travis might be one of the biggest superstars in the world in pop culture. And the dude is just a nice guy. I went with my buddy Tom Young. We immediately got scooped up into a crew and just started talking ball. And I'm talking ball with Jason the day Jeff Stoutland stepped away from being the Eagles offensive line coach. Had a lot of thoughts on that. And Travis, who loves talking football. We get in this back room and it's Dominique Foxworth, it's Marcus Spears, but then it's like this collection of just superstars from around the league in this little, I hate saying VIP area because it wasn't, because I'll tell you, it was like a little area of the room. So anyone could have come up there, but you had to have some courage to go and walk into this crowd. Joe Burrow, Derrick Henry, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, Chris Long, Bo Allen. I had a great chat with Liam Cohen. He was there. He was there for the Coach of the Year stuff. He showed up and made the most of the week. Former offensive lineman Mitch Morse was great. Talked ball with him. Adam Thielen was in that room. Keyshawn Johnson was in that room. Good talks with Keyshawn throughout. Big Dom was there. Big Dom and I hugged it out, talked a bunch. But my big takeaway really is about Travis and Jason, because whether you are a Big Dom and you've known Jason his entire career, or you're a superstar player like Derrick Henry, Travis and Jason spoke to literally everybody that showed up at their event. They took photos with everyone at their event. And I can't tell you how just sweet they are. Like Jason, he's a big heart, but he's also funny and like is sweet to everybody and has a line for everything. Showed up wearing, I believe, a fur coat with no t-shirt underneath. So he had this giant mink. I'm like, where do you get this? He said, I walked by a store on the street in San Francisco and said, I'm purchasing that. And it was like a long mink fur cape coat thing. No undershirt, just wore it barrel chested and bare chested to his own party. It's a choice. Travis Kelce. This is Travis Kelce. Guy could go, he's talking to literally everybody, taking photos, talking football. Guy loves comedy. Guy loves music. And I was there for a couple hours, had a blast. Got back to my hotel room and I'm like, that was a great party. That's what I'm looking for. Second party I attended. I opted not to go to the NFL Honors event. I went for many years with the NFL Network. in a working capacity. I respect the award show. I understand that. I had no interest in going this year. I wanted to take it easy, and I thought I was going to just take it easy that whole night, maybe get an early dinner, call it a night. Get a text from Sean McVay. He's in town. Now, this is before the NFL Honors show went on, and Sean is in town with his wife, Veronica, who I've known for quite a while. Sean says, I can't tell you exactly what this is about, but can you meet me at this place at this hour? Great room, and it's going to be a celebration. Now I'm connecting the dots. There is no chance in hell Sean McVay is coming to San Francisco to go to the Super Bowl week in a year where I know he thought his team should be playing in the Super Bowl, and he's heartbroken about it, unless one thing is happening. And that one thing would be Matthew Stafford winning the MVP award. I don't know if McVay knew. I don't know if he had an idea. I don't know if he was just there to support him in the crowd. But when he tells me to meet him at around 9 o'clock at an undisclosed location to celebrate something, I get the feeling there was a strong indication that they were going to be celebrating their guy. Sure enough, Stafford wins by a vote. By a vote. If that guy Sam Monson from PFF votes for Drake May instead of Justin Herbert, or stacks his ballot Justin Herbert, Drake May, then Stafford, as opposed to Justin Herbert, then Stafford, then Drake May, we could be talking about Drake May being the MVP. But Stafford wins the MVP. Obviously, I've covered this league a long time. I did a lot of Lions games, did a lot of production meetings with the Lions. I've grown to really like Matthew Stafford and really respect his game. He'd never won an MVP award. So I'm told to go to this location, put on a little outfit. I get there. And yes, it was Matthew Stafford's surprise MVP celebration. And what a room it was. So Kelly and Matthew, of course, are blown away by this. And I believe it was thrown by his college buddies, his UGA guys, David Coonan, Adam Pan, Steve Kundari. These are guys that were like his roommates in college, and they're the ones who flew in and helped put this thing together. And it was an awesome night. I walk in immediately. McVay grabs me. He's shirt and tied up, and he's on 11, tugs me over to a conversation. Hey, Peter, you know Matt Ryan? You know Matt Ryan? I'm like, yes, I know Matt Ryan. Start talking with Matt Ryan, who has been longtime friends with Stafford. And I believe during the pandemic, the Staffords and the Ryans like became one of these pod things where they would teach their kids and become like, they were all best pals down there in Atlanta. I think that's the story there, which I love. Matt Ryan is now running the Falcons. We talk a bunch about the Falcons situation. We're hitting it off. As we're in there, McVay grabs over this guy in his 50s, good looking guy, gray hair, brown hair, maybe not gray hair, brown hair. Start talking to him a little bit. Turns out his name's Todd Graves. He's the CEO of Raising Cane's. We're going to get into my Todd Graves interactions in a bit, but it's the three of us, Matt Ryan, Todd Graves, who runs Raising Cane's, and it's his creation, his baby, and then Sean McVay. We get into an hour-long conversation about leadership, and McVay brings out his phone, and he's like, here are my bullet points on leadership. Be present, going through it all, and then listing quotes. And this is one of those deals you would pay thousands of dollars to sit in a seminar and like Tony Robbins type stuff. And then here's this guy, Todd Graves, who runs a $22 billion business, and he's giving his tenets on leadership. And then there's Matt Ryan, who's now running the Falcons and was an MVP quarterback himself, and he's talking about leadership. Then the mic's tossed to me, and I'm like, I love sports. All right, boys, I got nothing to offer. But it was an incredible conversation. And then the room starts trickling in with just people you know on TV and football players. So like Saquon comes in to dap up Stafford. Pretty cool to talk to Saquon. Bobby Wagner, who was a teammate of Stafford's in that low year for the Rams. They went 5-12 one year. Bobby Wagner was on that team. Bobby Wagner just won the Walter Payton Man of the Year. He comes in to pay his respects to Stafford. Awesome. Andrew Whitworth, who is Stafford's left tackle for all those years, he's running point in a lot of these conversations. He's amazing. You got Dan Orlovsky came through, former backup for Stafford, Carissa Thompson, Laura Rutledge, Puka. I don't know what you saw online, guys. I know that Puka might have had a few, and there was a video of him. If you're like, oh, Puka, No one lights a room up like this kid. I'm telling you, Puka Nakua is electric. Comes in all joy, smile mile wide, showed up to Stafford's MVP celebration with his mother as his guest. She starts talking to me, talking about how she appreciates me talking about him on Good Morning Football 3 years ago. I'm like, you're watching that? She's like, yes, I'm watching that. Puka, amazing. And then I was talking to McVay, and I don't think he'd mind. And Puka's there, and he's like, the issue with Puka, I'm like, the issue is that this guy will seek out a linebacker in practice and try to knock his head off. And he's like, we've got to, we love him for that. And like Puka's just so happy. And he's talking about how Bobby Wagner and him had I guess a play this season or recent seasons. And like, he's like, messed up my ribs. And he's like, for years, I've always wanted to talk to Bobby Wagner about it. And here we are, and we're chatting about it, and they're all love. And I'm like, this is what the Super Bowl is all about. Really cool. The Rams brass showed up too, which was neat. Like Kevin Demoff, their president and CEO, and Tony Pastores, who's his right-hand man, they rolled through. Travis Kelce rolled through. Just a cool celebration of football. Like no blasting music, no crazy, people drinking from a luge, no chain smokers performance, which is all good. But like this was a really intimate room, and you could tell Stafford really appreciated it, and everyone showed up for him. In a night where it could have gone a different way. And I don't know if they knew. Like, I honestly I don't know if they were throwing this here's what I'll say. It would have been very awkward if Matthew Stafford didn't win the MVP and everyone flew in and they threw him a surprise party. And yet, even if he didn't win the MVP, this was a cool event for Matthew Stafford and Kelly. Like, this is your life. All these people came out to support you one way or the other. Really cool event there. Then I got to go to the Fanatics party. I'm sure you have read a lot and seen a lot, and over the years, whether it be the White Party or the Super Bowl party, Michael Rubin throws the best party every year. It is a huge undertaking as far as the mesh of celebrities, athletes, team owners. No one in that room is not coming out of that thing saying, "Oh, I met someone cool today." I will tell you, it is the only place in the world that you can walk into and I guess it was on the pier. We go in. So strategically, I've been longtime friends with Danny Amendola. I'm like, Danny, do you want to go to this? He's like, yeah, I'll go. It's always good to go with a really handsome guy at this party, because everyone is staring at Danny Amendola because he's the best looking man in the world. And I'm just like the wingman. I'm great. I'm happy. I'm fine. But there's something when you're walking around with a guy who was on Dancing with the Stars that kind of opens up doors. So I was happy to be with Danny, who's the nicest guy in the world. But conversations are so random. So like at some point, it's me and Danny talking to David Blaine. Like, what? And then I turn around and I'm in a conversation with John Bon Jovi and Jerry Jones. All right, great. And then 3 seconds later, I get a hug and I'm talking to Ja Rule, who is a fan of football and has been watching me on NFL Network and ESPN apparently. And I'm like, Ja Rule, fan of yours, fan of the work, respect you. Meanwhile, hoping that like 50 Cent and his guys aren't seeing me like hug up Ja Rule. That's the kind of room we're in here. Kyle Juszczyk and his wife, Kristen, who we've known since Kristen was just getting started with her whole clothing line and her attire, when Kyle like guest hosted Good Morning Football in like 2021. Like, I've known those guys. Like, I'm so happy for them. They were a big presence all week. You go through the list of people and it's like this wild room where Ciara and Russell Wilson are talking with John Hamm and Zac Efron, and all this is happening while Dwight Howard's walking by. And you look around and Travis Scott and you're here. Well, first of all, you're hearing the song Fiend by Travis Scott and you're like, oh, I like the song. And then you look up to the stage and it's him performing it. That's the Fanatics party. Michael Rubin puts it on, but like they get a great turnout, and it's actually a really well-run event. Like, you go in, there's like food, there's drinks, there's music, and then you can leave and there's like no harm done. And it was great to be a part of that. And I'll tell you, what I love about it is you've got the NFL owners, you've got league office people, you've got football players, but then you got that entertainment world. And, it's Jake Paul's hanging out, but you also have like guys from Roger Goodell's like inner circle. Great. It was really fun. It was good. Those were the fun events. I also went to see Chris Stapleton as a guest of my friend Connor's. Connor incredibly invited me to this. And if you're a Stapleton fan, you know that it's rare air to be able to go see him live. And just an unbelievable set. But the coolest part about it is of all the parties going on that night, and it was Saturday night, and all the big things and the speaking engagements, I'm looking around and it's at a big venue, and there's Jackson Dart with his girlfriend, like, and Jackson Dart knows every single word to Stapleton, and he's just there as a fan in the crowd, just loving it. And if you're a Giants fan, you'll appreciate this. Stapleton's performing. Jackson Dart's in the front row, and he's got his girl. And then I see Eli come up, and like Eli and Dart were hanging for probably 45 minutes. And I'm like, all right, if you're a Giants fan, you got to love this. It's a Stapleton concert. It's not some crazy nightclub. It's not some, drunken fest. No, Jackson Dart, your quarterback, is with his girlfriend singing every word of Chris Stapleton, and he's hanging out with Eli Manning, who also happened to be with Peyton Manning. Pretty cool scene there. Chris Stapleton, unbelievable. And yeah, Travis Kelce was in the mix of that as well. So Kelce, he knows, he's got taste. He's at the Stapleton concert too. Those were fun events, like fun nights out. The work was really good, like really good. Had really good conversations with, Kirk Cousins came on the Sports Center set and like chopped it up with him good. Like Cousins is going to be really good at TV if he wants to be. Russell Wilson's going to be very good at TV if he wants to do this at some point. I don't know if Russ would be cool with me saying that. He had a really good, like, we went to a whole conversation about like his career, and he had like a really good analogy about like a boxing match, and like there are rounds to the boxing match, and he's in the final rounds of his boxing match right now. He still thinks he could win a couple of those rounds. And whether that means as a quarterback, whether it means in broadcasting, whether it means doing something in the community, he's like, I still have a lot left to give to the sport of football. And I'm like, all right, Russ. I was ready to run through a wall for Russ. He was great. Altogether, an amazing week. And it was capped off by me and Darnold, as I've got like no voice and I'm exhausted. I can only imagine Sam Darnold, but we're sitting there in Disneyland and I'm just talking to him and we're going through it. And I'll tell you, like he doesn't flinch with this deal where it's like, I want to go down memory lane with him, because when he was drafted by the Jets, I did a lot of stuff with him. I would be like an MC in an event, and here's the rookie quarterback of the Jets, Sam Darnold. And he hasn't changed at all. And I would think if it was me and the Jets said, we're going with Zach Wilson instead of you, or if I'm the Panthers, we're going with Bryce Young instead of you. I think if I'm Sam Darnold and they're like, no, actually we got JJ McCarthy, 14 wins was good, but we're going to pass. I think I would have some resentment in my heart. I think I would have some bitterness in my soul. He truly doesn't have that. He doesn't. And it makes for a great story if Darnold is like, F the Jets, or it's fun when I watch and I see the Vikings, struggle out of the gates this year, and he just doesn't have it. In fact, he shows gratitude, and it's not false humility. It's nothing like that. It's real. And he says he needed all of those moments to get to where he is today. And if you look at it just on the surface level, like, he's been paid a lot of money in his career. He is now a top 5 pick in the NFL draft who has a Super Bowl ring and is the first USC quarterback to ever do it. And he is 28 years old. And he's engaged. And he owns a home for the first time in his life. He bought a home up in Washington State with his longtime girlfriend and now his fiance. Like, he's got the whole world ahead of him. And he's sitting there in Disneyland with me on the teacups, and we're talking and we're BSing. And I'm like, oh, this isn't some 43-year-old guy who finally wins the big one. He's 28. He's got a whole career ahead of him. And I couldn't be happier for Sam Darnold. Carries himself well, understated, ton of humility, and his teammates love him. That's what you want. That's what you want. And you want that for that kid. 5 biggest winners of Super Bowl. I wrote these down. Ready? Here we go. 5 biggest winners of the Super Bowl week. Number 5, flag football. Pro Bowl, the YouTube game, the celebrity game, the Toyota game that was featuring the top, kid talent. The talk of all of the celebrities and athletes who are going to go to Saudi Arabia and play in this Michael Rubin, Tom Brady game. Flag football was everywhere this week. Flag football was very omnipotent this week. And I'm starting to see the flag football world kind of converge with the NFL world, but also this celebrity world, which is kind of cool and a different angle to take. It's not just here are the best flag football players. Here are the best flag football players, but we're also going to mix it up with NFL players and we're going to mix it up with celebrities. Maybe one of the breakout stars was this Ashley Clam, who plays for Team USA and is the best women's flag football player. She was doing the red carpet everywhere. She's got a great big personality. She was serving as a spokesperson in a lot of ways for flag football. I know her manager, Jacqueline Dahl, very well. Jacqueline represents Mahomes. Well, one of our other clients is now this Ashley Clam, who is going to be, I think, everywhere with LA 28 coming up in flag football. Just a young spirit. And I think the league, I think the broadcast networks like ESPN is all in on this. Fox seems to be all in on this. And I think the celebrities are all in on this. You've seen like Drewski and you've seen Destroying and, I Am Speed, and you see those guys. But like the most athletic play outside of Christian Gonzalez at Super Bowl week was done by like Benson Boone. The entertainer, like Benson Boone had an incredible play in the flag football game that I saw that YouTube ran. So I'm going to say flag football was a huge winner at the Super Bowl this week. And there are going to be a lot of superstars and celebrities that come out of that world. Keep an eye on flag football in the next few years. Number 4 is this Todd Graves. I didn't know much about him. I knew the brand and I know I love the chicken fingers, but I didn't know much about the guy behind it all. So I'll give you just my snapshot as a New Yorker. Raising Cane's showed up in Penn Station about a year ago. And I go to all the Knick games with my son, and we have a tradition where it's like, all right, we're going to go get our Raising Cane's. You're going to devour chicken fingers, and then we're going to save some money, and we're not going to buy $40 concessions on crap up at Madison Square Garden. We're going to just eat at Raising Cane's. We're going to have a nice dinner in Penn Station, and then we're going to go watch the Knicks, and then we're going to get out of here. It's become tradition, and my son loves it. Well, there are 4 items on the menu. It's like basically just chicken fingers. You can get them hot. You can get them whatever. And then I knew it was big in the South. What I didn't know is that this guy's story is incredible. And Todd Graves started this on his own. Starts, I think, at Baton Rouge is the first one. He owns 92% of the companies. 8% is owned by other people, but he is a dynamo. And talking to him at this McVay party was like, or at the Stafford party was incredible. And I'm getting to know this guy a little bit. And I'm like, oh, it's really impressive. This guy's got this great company, whatever. But then I go to this event and everyone's holding a Raising Cane's cup. I see, the videos that are going online of like that secret party on Saturday night, and it's hosted by Todd Graves. Go to the Super Bowl, all those people, Alex Earl and Zac Efron, they're all there with Todd Graves. And I'm like, all right, so this is a thing right now. And it seems to be like a community. And it's almost like one of these private members clubs. Like, who's in with Raising Cane's? I want to say like Kirk Herbstreit was like early in on Raising Cane's, but Eli, Tom Brady, they're all in the mix with this guy. And I got to say, I was aware of his success in his company, but I didn't realize as far as a cultural standpoint goes that Todd Graves, the Raising Cane's CEO, was such a titan. And it's pretty cool to see a guy who bet on himself, put together a chicken finger company, and now it's one of the most prominent brands in not only sports and media, but I guess in America. I mean, Raising Cane's, get a kid to Raising Cane's, they're eating it. Number 3, Mike Macdonald, coach of the Seahawks. You're not going to get a crazy soundbite out of him. You're not going to get a ton of Jay Leno jokes, or he's not going to be necessarily hosting the ESPYs next year. But in a world of offensive coaches, this cat, Mike Macdonald, with defense, with strategy, he is showing that there's a different way to win a Super Bowl. And his team, they all displayed that same level of even keeled, don't waver, be consistent. Totally into Mike Macdonald. Love what he did this week, and I thought that was a great one. Number 2, Bad Bunny. Obviously, there's going to be all these political conversations. I'm not talking about any of that. And I also don't have much of an opinion on the fact that, it was him versus the Talking Point USA versus whatever else. I'll just know this. That was a party. And it seemed like the message was joy. And I was into it. And I will add this note, which is always a good note. I can't say the same for necessarily Kendrick Lamar or Maroon 5 or whatever else in the past. I got back to my family yesterday, and my wife and son and my daughter are all hanging out there. And they're like, let's have a little dance party. Daddy's home, whatever. Put on the Bad Bunny. We all celebrated. We had a little dance party. Positive vibes. I'm here for it. Bad Bunny, number 2. But number 1, the biggest winner of Super Bowl week was Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. The story's incredible. He's now a Super Bowl champion, and the future is ahead of him. So that is your all-encompassing non-football recap of Super Bowl week. I'm going to bring on two very happy people in a second. Two guys I've grown to know and love separately, and now their mutual love for the Seahawks will come together. One of the funniest men alive, Adam Ray, diehard Seahawks fan. He is going to join us. And so is one of the other funniest men alive, my dear friend Joel McHale. Both those guys. We're going to talk Hawks. We're going to talk about their weeks after this. With no further ado, two of my favorite people in comedy and entertainment, and they're both wearing helmets right now. We've got Joel McHale, diehard Seahawks fan, and we've also got Adam Ray, dressed as Raphael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, doing, I think, the ninja dance. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, dude. This was the Mike Macdonald, we don't care. Oh, that's what I look like. That's the Mike Macdonald. Look, dude, once we won the Super Bowl, and Joel can attest to this, all the rules go out the window, dude. We are riding.
Mm-hmm. Murder is
That's
fine.
not what I meant, Joel, but I'll take it from here. No, I meant like cut in line at Baskin Robbins or
no stop signs.
You're missing the point. But yeah, I felt bad. Joel came hot in with his helmet, and I had to. By the way, a fan made that for me. You think Joel has cool fans? My fans bring me giant turtle heads and go, "I made this for you, man," and I go, "Thank you."
What? Do you make some sort of turtle?
Is there any Ninja Turtle bit?
Yeah, there's a bit about how I want to be like a weatherman, a Ninja Turtle, or a baseball broadcaster, and then I talk about how everyone had a favorite turtle, and it says a lot about who you are as a person. Like, if you liked Michelangelo, you were the party guy and your friends.
The pizza.
Chances are you were going to take a off the neighbor's roof after drinking a bottle of Jaeger. If Raph was your favorite, chances are you'll be involved in a domestic abuse case in your 60s. If Splinter was your favorite, you might fall asleep in the mall a lot. Wink, wink, Japanese guy. But yeah. So, and then I do a dumb impression of Splinter overdrawing his account at the ATM, and it goes a little something like this.
All right. Okay, that was a very long explanation of why
Joel,
you have that.
I wasn't asked to go to the parade, and you were. So this is how I'm compensating.
Joel, did you get asked to go to the parade?
I was asked to go to the parade, but I couldn't go.
Is what somebody would say who wasn't asked to go to the parade. I just can't make it. I'm promoting now. I can't go. I was promoting now. That's what I call lasagna season 12.
Oh, you would have gone. Wait, you're feeling of all people? They were like, if you wanted to go.
No, let me say this first, Pete, and then I'll let you intro us. Joel not only is Seattle's son, but he
I would say that's Chris Pratt.
No, hey, guess what? I'm gonna put my foot down on Pratt. Only shows up when it matters, dude. Joel and I. Sorry, Chris. I know you're.
I go to the losses. I go to the losses, everybody.
Joel, I know Chris is a cool guy. Chris is a cool guy. I met him outside the bathroom at a Lakers game once, and with Brad Williams, little Brad Williams. Check under your table. He could be there right now. Shout out to Brad. Brad and I see. Brad and I.
Broncos fan. Brad Williams.
Brad and I went to the first Super Bowl, and when it was 22-0, Brad goes, "We're still in it." And then Percy runs it back on the second half kickoff, and I have a picture of Brad looking off at the field like this, and I took a picture of it and I showed it to him, and he goes, "If a cries at the Super Bowl, it's 10 years bad luck. I delete that." But Joel, you are. I feel like I've gotten pretty ingratiated. Is that the right word? Into our Seattle sports fandom, but
you literally raised the 12 flag.
But Joel, you are so goddamn famous and fun and synonymous with Seattle sports. And when I came out of my mom's womb, I looked up and Joel was there, being like, "It's gonna be okay. Stick with me, son. Someday you too could be promoting Scream 7 in theaters." When, Joel?
Next week. Thank you for saying that. Your mom, you were a C-section, so that's not really how it happened.
How do you know that?
Well, because your mom and I was there.
This is actually, can we cut to the picture of my mom and Joel? Don't have it? Okay.
We washed her internal organs.
My mom loves Joel, and if my stepdad didn't just get a penile surgery, true story, she would probably leave him for Joel. But my mom loves Joel. Anyway.
He had a third.
Let's cut to a clip. No pun intended.
Incredible. This man isn't. It's like a shower head now.
Oh, we'll be right back.
So
I
Adam
love
is a humble man, and Adam is he is beloved by Seattle. Every single athlete on every freaking professional team we have are just trying to get to him to say hi and then go, "Can I get tickets? Can I have tickets?" That's what the athletes ask him, and then he goes, "We'll see, bro," and then that just makes them want to be around them more. We're very, and also Rainn Wilson.
Rainn,
I
shout out to
Rainn
Rainn,
Wilson.
for sure.
Legit.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a
Josh
big.
Lucas,
Josh Lucas, we had him on this show a couple of weeks ago. Very good.
Josh
America's
Lucas.
sweetheart.
Vashon Island.
I mean,
resident.
Bill Nye, Ken Jennings, Steve Poole, RIP. I mean, I don't know. The list goes on and on.
Seattle royalty. Both of you guys were at the Super Bowl. Dave Matthews, yes. We could talk about that, Adam.
I was with Dave at a dive bar at the 4 Points Sheraton across from the Seahawks party for about 2 hours before we walked in. Let me just say, dude, let me go back here for a second. Meeting Joel, and Joel, this is the last compliment I'll give you. Almost Live is what I grew up on in Seattle. It was the SNL.
Talk about Almost Live. Let the viewers know what that is.
Almost Live was SNL for Seattle. And if you are a young, aspiring, Jewish, circumcised, raised by a single mom, aspiring comedian, you don't know, you're looking for any sort of.
You were not. Again, I'm with Keith Moyle. I was at that. It was botched.
Well, yeah, you use your teeth. You're supposed to use a pocket knife.
Well, I had to get the thing done. The party was started. We were like,
no, but so Almost Live. That's a good rabbi impression. Almost Live was the SNL for Seattle, and it was not just poignant and hilarious, but like everybody on it was the best sketch comedy people in Seattle. And Joel was one of the cast members, and it was on Comedy Central. No, it was on NBC
after SNL, right?
After SNL. No, before
SNL.
11.
We pushed SNL to 12:05, so we just took their recording,
which was such a gangster move. So that made kids like me in 7th, 8th, 9th grade be able to watch it. And anyway,
and it was only local humor.
I definitely looked up at Joel like, wow, this guy rules. And then so Dave Matthews, also my favorite band. So to get to drink with him, talk shop. I mean, be silly. He's just goofy. If he was here right now, he would be
giggling like me.
Yeah, I mean, but we got lost, dude. I mean, and at one point I go,
well, what's his connection? He's South African. I think he went to University of Virginia, right? Like, what's his deal?
But he is a big Hawks fan, and
he's lived in Seattle for.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, but so he told me his first Seahawks game he took his daughter to that he went to was the 2013 NFC Championship game. He was like,
Kaepernick versus Russ, one of the greats.
Bro, that was a game for the ages. But we were outside the Seahawks party waiting to go in because they had to let the team in first. And I go, there's a 4 Point Sheraton across the street. And Dave goes, if I know anything about a 4 Point Sheraton, it's got to be popping. And then I called, and he looks at my wife, he goes, who's this guy? He's just calling the 4 Point Sheraton. And then I go, all right, we'll be right over. I go, I'm bringing a superstar, rock star. And then he goes, who's that? And then we walked over, got pictures of beer, took a few shots. It was awesome, dude. Ate some sliders. At one point, my buddy Norm, shout out, was falling asleep on the couch. And my wife goes, we should draw on his chin. And Dave goes, you still do that? Awesome. Anyway.
He was like, stop writing my songs for me.
Crash into my singer.
Song.
Went platinum.
Song 41, Crash.
Dude, Sarasota, 2004, Cheener, acoustic.
Get the VHS tape.
Katie Sackhoff. I forgot to mention Katie Sackhoff is also a gigantic Seahawks fan from Battlestar Galactica and thousands of other things.
Let's go through your days. So you both were at the game. Joel, take us through it hour by hour and the experience, where you sat, who you were with, the whole deal. Because I think there are 31 other fan bases who just long for days like you just had. And I know there's so many stories you both can share, but I want to hear from both sides. Joel, what was your day like?
All right. Mark Feuerstein and his son Frisco. Mark Feuerstein, a wonderful actor here in Hollywood, was on a show called Royal Pains. Look him up. He's great. Starting a wrestling team for Princeton when he was there, a deceptively strong man. My son and his son are very close, and they went to preschool together. So they're huge Seahawk fans. They were at the last Super Bowl, the last Patriots meeting, and so this was a vindication. Obviously, we rented an Airbnb 9 minutes away from the stadium. It only took 2 hours to get there. The Airbnb, I didn't think it existed. It was a converted garage. It was very nice. And we got to we went to the Seahawks, the official Seahawks tailgate, and I talked to Jackson Smith and Jigba's mom, and she was like, "I hope you're not bad luck," and I was wearing her son's shirt. She was like, you only been at the losses, and I was like, "Don't worry, I went to a Kraken game last week and we won. Don't worry." And Matthew Lillard was there, also a big Seahawks
a
fan,
Scream alum.
and I don't know how. Scream alum, and we both are in the upcoming Scream 7, directed by the brilliant Kevin Williamson, who is the original.
I didn't know he's directing it. That's great.
Yeah, and wrote it, and so we were partying there at the old big huge Seahawks tailgate, which was I think I don't know about you, Adam, but I was visibly nervous, and I was flop sweating quite a bit. So there was I had a couple of gin and tonics to calm that down. Hung out with Curse, hung out with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, as I said. Sherm was there. I didn't go near him because it was too hard. He was mobbed. And then began the migration. I was with my good high school friend Brad Brotherton, who is basically of Brotherton Cadillac, and his wife Amy, who basically he is the mayor of Seattle. And then we slowly began. It took us. Wait, Adam, did you have to walk over that huge bridge?
Yes. I actually ran across it because I got.
How it was. For us, it was like a stock show of that's how.
Yeah, it was. You forget the stadium. Everyone said it was such a show to get in, and it wasn't. I guess Lumen does feel pretty easy to get in, but maybe we're just biased. But the layout is better. You have to walk. I don't know if it was because of the Super Bowl, but there were a lot of.
It's got to be because of the Super Bowl. I mean, it's not like Pete Schrager, who has a helicopter that lands.
Yeah, nobody has the Schrager copter loaded, ready to.
Then the carpet comes out, and then he kind of puts one toe.
Yeah, you might dress like a middle school science teacher, Pete, but we know that you've got money in the bank.
You said Bill Nye.
Yeah, where was she? You were warming up Brandy Carlisle. She sounded great. Thank you. And Puth was great too. And then we got to our seats an hour before the game started. My son and I were my 17-year-old, he's very emotionally invested. So we got to know our seatmates, and of course I knew half of them. And then the 4 very old people behind me who did not stand during the game, even though we were standing the whole time. And then they were really nice, and I sat down, and of course halftime was about to start, and I just audibly heard the man go, "What is Bad Bunny?" And I was like, "Dude. There it is."
By the way, halftime show, very, very fun. Very, I think, if you
fun, just joyous,
and also, hey man,
it was great.
Did we need to hear the Stones again? Like, what a cool thing to represent another group on a stage like that doesn't get represented. So, totally. If you think that was weird. Also, I don't know.
Yeah. And then those kids actually got married.
Yes,
they went to Covina High
School.
Just
in the mix, just dressed as a tree. I do want to say, Joel, let me ask you this: were you nervous?
I was nervous until even during with a minute left, I was still like, okay, let's just calm down, everybody. I don't think they can score a 20-pointer, but still. Let's not. Nobody's.
Adam, were you nervous?
I was nervous until the first defensive stand was just so dominant, and I think the second one was as well. And once Sam hit AJ in the corner, it was a wrap for me. But to be honest with you, there was. I think when it was 12-0, right? Was it 12? Right?
It was 12-0 for a while.
I truly looked to my wife and I go, I don't think they're going to score. Because, and I said this, during media stuff and to homies all week, I was like, I just think you can't overlook the fact that Drake May is 23 and in the Super Bowl. Like, I don't know how many yes, you get these freak of nature LeBron athletes that are 19 years old and can play
Great
in the
take, dude.
finals and play in the finals. But those guys are few and far between, dude, to be that young and that poised. And Sam has played for 5 teams in 8 years. That matters. And he got a lot of vets around him. And I talked to Schneider on Thursday, and I go, "How you feeling?" And he goes, "Drink." No, he goes, "I'm feeling oddly calm." And I go, "Good." He goes, "No, man, I don't think it is." He goes, "But I'll say this, man." He goes, "I was nervous in 2013. I was nervous before the patch in 2014. I'm calm." He goes, "I love this team. I love my coach. I just feel so confident and calm." And I go, "Look, nerves in the game will probably present themselves once you get on the field. But like, you saw that, dude. They just like, I don't know, dude. They just don't." The same way that the 2013 Legion of Boom just didn't think they were going to lose to anybody, I think these guys felt that way. And even if Sam didn't hit AJ, look, if he had hit JSN and Rashid on those 2 balls, it would have been 26-0 at half. And Sam would have got MVP. But thank God for K9, and thank God that the 12s travel in bunches, because I think it was 75.
I wasn't going to say it. Didn't it feel like it was all Seattle fans?
Bro, I was at the 2013 game, and when that snap went over Peyton's head, and he was like, "Papa John," and the ball went over his head, you heard everybody. It was probably 90-10, and this felt just about that, and that matters too, because we played on their field a month ago.
Yep.
They traveled far. Vrabel's like blasting Bad Bunny in the locker room because he thinks that's going to give him an edge. Okay, dude. All right. I mean, Vrabel seems like a cool guy, but Mike is way cooler. Mike, dude, if Mike sent nudes to your mom, you'd be like, "Add me to the text thread," you know? And Mike is also just like so.
If Mike sent nudes to your mom, you would want to be added.
Just so I could send them to someone else's mom and go, "This is the gift that keeps on giving, Clark."
I do think that, after we beat the Rams the way we beat them, it was so, it was back and forth, and obviously Matt Stafford was throwing up all those yards against us, and our defense still,
like, it was just like,
we still beat them. That it was
Adam.
That showed that. And then Julian Love said it. He said after the first play, he was like, he knew it.
Watching that, when he's just like, just watch his foot when he takes a step, he like double confirms the pass. Again, that goes back to like, it matters. Think about anybody that's I mean, dude, Drake May probably was, on TikTok right before the game,
23,
and figuring out how he can next spring break.
Drake May.
I'm guessing, like most of us, he knows how to do that already.
Drake May had to play the best game of his life, and he didn't. That was basically it. Like, he didn't.
I don't think any team could, like, the way we were playing and the way we were peaking. I don't know any team
the Rams. That was it, and they beat them twice. So what are you gonna do?
Wait, I want to make one quick point. That somebody posted this meme and I shared it. The Zach Charbonnet grabbing the ball in the Thursday night game that set up that got us that 2-point conversion that set up overtime. They go, "I'm sorry, it sucks we lost Charbonnet," because I think he also. I mean, I don't know if K9 would have been MVP because they would have shared the ball a little bit more, but Charbonnet's the man. Him not getting that game, that doesn't happen. We don't get the 1 seed. We don't start, truly flying high and going into and then it just set up everything. And I'm like,
everything.
The same way that Hurricane Katrina is the reason the Sonics left, Zach Charbonnet's 2-point conversion is, I think, really needs a lot more.
You see, Pete, it all comes together. The Hurricane, Sonics, what? It's great. How did that Hurricane?
Because the Hornets had to go to
New Orleans,
Oklahoma City, and Clay Bennett was like, "We'll take you at our house." By the way,
when people go like, "Oh, that's so lucky that he picked up that ball," and it was like, "Yeah,
I know,
it was.
I know,
it was lucky."
Also heads up,
but
heads up.
That thing in the back of the brain, you're like, always
Adam,
grab the ball.
I know if there's like, you do all these impressions that, the Dr. Phil, but you do a Mike Macdonald one you did for me at the Pro Bowl that I don't think anyone's ever seen. Can you give us really deep cut Mike Macdonald impression?
Look, so 12-1. I mean, we just the way we approach the game is, Jody Allen, give it. I wake up every morning when the alarm gets off a warning. I think I'm gonna make it on time. And by the time I get my books and I give myself a look, I'm at the corner just in time to see the bus ride by.
Saved by the Bell.
Even though that's the Saved by the Bell theme song, it doesn't mean it's not true. But Sam Darnold, great guy, throws the ball. K9 runs the ball. I play Catan every night before I go to bed. My wife Steph, shout out Steph, makes me food. I love food. But we just do what we do. We are who we are. We do not care.
Yay! Sounds good.
That was amazing. It was like Mike Macdonald on ayahuasca.
Hey, I'll tell you about ayahuasca. Come on. I played cornerback in Delaware. Huh? Under my administration, we had the first Black Little Mermaid. Hey, Zach Charbonnet, give me a glass of Charbonnet. Hey, Peter Schrager.
Dave Craig is going to be very offended.
Dave Craig. Is Dave Craig not a Biden guy?
No, I thought
Dave Craig's a huge Biden guy.
No, that was a
Biden. Well, nobody knows what Dave Craig sounds like, Joel. All right, do a Dave Craig. Do a Dave Craig.
Oh no! He's all over my Audible. He reads a lot.
Is Dave Craig narrating audio books now?
Yeah, mostly Dostoevsky. It's hours.
Adam, you got to go to the party afterwards?
Yeah.
What was it like? Joel, did you go? Yes. All right, let me hear about it.
I did.
I can't believe again,
we were at so many places.
Joel and I have been to so many, and we're always in communication. We were texting during the game, and then but you know what, dude? It's so madness that like you're just not even thinking about. And also, I probably just and it was a huge like convention center type room.
It was the largest.
It was like a giant high school dance type situation with like bars in the middle. And then
who performed? Because usually there's videos that come out. Like I didn't see any videos.
Sarah McLachlan, Chumbawamba, Vertical Horizon, and
Four Non-Blondes,
Smash Mouth cover band, minus the
what is it? Ugly Kid Joe did that.
No, it was
she effing hates me. Yeah, I love the Ugly Kid Joe.
Yeah. Carissa Thompson was there. She just sang Malibu by Hole. Yeah. No,
good. Yo Tango made an appearance. A deep cut. They did
Lou Bega closed it out.
Did Mambo number 5 and the entire team sang along?
No,
the others
didn't do it. And this is why everyone left the party pissed, dude. I've never seen more of a ruckus caused at a Mambo number 5 concert. At a Lou Bega concert.
Who was it? No, who'd they have? Because usually it's like T-Pain or Pitbull comes out and performs or something.
It was T-Pain and Ludacris, which is cool. T-Pain did a lot of covers towards the end. I mean, look, it's just you need something going on. It's you need some sort of background music. But I mean, I walked in and it was just it was awesome. It was just like but it was one of those things where you're just like as soon as you get your drinks,
bracelets. What's the deal? They give you a bracelet you get on a bus?
I have not taken off my shit.
Wow.
And this isn't because I'm like super fan. This is like I haven't found scissors, but ESPN tailgate. So I went to the ESPN tailgate with Cal, B. Woo, George Kirby, Josh Naylor, which by the way, Josh Naylor, so fired up about our Donovan pickup. He goes, dude, I go, is it a good pickup? He goes, is it a good pickup? He goes, dude, that guy bats 300 every day. He goes, legitimate leadoff hitter. He goes, dude, now we're going Donovan. Now you push Julio deeper down in the lineup into a power spot. He goes, then Cal, then me, then Randy. He goes, dude, and the pitching staff. He goes, okay. I go, awesome.
When you hear a player talk that way, good.
That's all fun. Cal's a little more like just like, yeah.
What's he like? Big dumper.
He's awesome. I mean, he was throwing him back at the party. I mean, Joel can tell you, but they're all the coolest, man. Yeah. But the coolest thing was seeing Mike Macdonald. Like I just caught a glimpse out of my eye at one point of him holding up his trophy and looking at his wife Steph, and then his sisters were there, and it was just like the most genuine. Like, man, what? Just like they still were all so numb. I mean, you literally go. I'm sure Disneyland was a little bit of it's real. Today in the parade is probably like, wow, this is actually we did it. But they all still felt like, did we just play the Super Bowl and just win it? And you felt like that as a fan too. So because it happened so quick, It was like you're pre-gaming, then you're at the game, Then third quarter, you're like, oh, we're winning this, and then you win it, and then the party, and then it was just like it happened. It almost felt like a dream, to be honest with you, and like it was just supposed to happen. Like I don't know,
Joel, what was it like for you at the party with your kids?
It was really loud, and it was one. I did see Mike Macdonald walk in, and his parents they were waiting for him, and I went to go hug my son. And what, Isaac? And my son and I did just
for real
when we won.
Yeah, me too.
Therapy. We need you in therapy.
Oh.
I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, I'm doing an interview.
I know, but it wasn't.
All right, I'll be right back. I'll be right there.
Wow. That was tonight's Doritos blooper of the night.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was great.
Joe.
She's going to
Joe.
Wonderful. She looked in and I'm wearing a helmet.
Love you, dear.
We need you in therapy while you're wearing a helmet doing a podcast, not doing therapy. Dude.
What are you doing? And it's for her knee. That's what sucks.
Oh, dude.
Sorry.
Incredible. In a football helmet with a t-shirt from Hudson News.
No, it's really professional. It's going great. I'm a pro, huh?
Joel, what's the last, and Peter, I want to hear this from you too. The last sporting event, aside from the obviously Super Bowl, I cried too, Joel. What was the last prior to this, like sporting event that you
Joel,
just got?
you go first.
Oh, I think it was the Broncos Super Bowl that when we played. That was pretty dramatic.
I'm saying
I did not. The next one I cried for a different reason, but before that, I got to go to the 2010 Winter Olympics, and I was at the men's hockey final when it was supposed to be a blowout of the Canadians versus U.S. men's final, and we tied it. We almost found a way, and that was crazy. And I was in Vancouver in a sea of red with a little section of Americans, and boy, that was like I was like, oh my gosh, look at that! This might happen, and yes, that was great.
I don't have like the joyous ones, but I will tell you that when I first fell in love with sports, it was with those early 80s, mid 80s, early 90s Giants team to when we finally beat the Niners in the NFC Championship game when Leonard Marshall knocks out Montana and Matt Barr hits the field goal. It was 91. And I was in my living room with my dad and my brother. And I think I had a good cry on that one. And that was just like a family moment of like, all right, cool. Like we did it. We finally beat the Niners and you'll never forget that.
No. Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
The family connector that sports provides is wild. It's like I always, without sports, I don't know if I talk to my dad, and without
I laugh. It's like, it's that's the story of so many common generations too. Like I remember when the Eagles finally won and they beat the Patriots and it was in Minnesota. And it's one of the coolest visuals I'll ever have. I'm covering the game. And in Minnesota, it was 0 degrees. So you had to walk through these tunnels to get to your hotels. It's like they were connected to the stadium. And it's these like outdoor tunnels. You see that also in Indianapolis, downtown is connected all by these walkways. And it was generations of grandpa, son, grandson just crying, chanting "Fly Eagles Fly." And you're like, that's it. That's what sports is like. And being able to walk 2 miles, like just hugging strangers. I'm like, that's why we love sports.
Yeah. And then there's that poor kid who was outside of a Jets game.
That was something, huh? That Instagram video.
Why? I didn't want any of this. I was born into it. I didn't choose it. I hate this team. I hate it.
It does make it that much sweeter too, I think, because to be honest with you, Joel, and maybe you can attest to this, but like the amount of people, I ran into Luke Wilson at Media Day and I go, he had
the tight end, not the comedian.
Dude, great distinction. Yeah.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be great if this whole time, like the media was covering it and they kept like asking, like they kept interviewing the actor Luke Wilson,
the guy from Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah. Oh, guys, I don't know.
Go. Lean in, Joel. Go. Do it.
I work with him.
Luke, it's your brother. Oh, hey, remember I did that movie with the kid with the face called Wonder?
Oh, yeah.
That's good, dude. That's really good.
He and his brother are
They're
they're
the
very
coolest.
similar. Wait, so Luke Wilson.
He'd done an interview and they go, will this erase the pain of 2014? And he goes, no, it'll just make us go, we should have had 3. And I go, thanks for saying that, because that's how we all feel.
Yep.
But to be honest with you, I didn't even, it in a weird way, it indirectly closed the book on that for me, because I wasn't even thinking about it, because this does feel like such a new chapter and such its own thing with all these new personalities that at some point in the party, a buddy of mine was like, dude, and this is, redemption from 2014. I go, honestly, man, I had not even thought about that until you brought it up. And I love that.
It's what John Schneider, I think, when he goes into the Hall of Fame, it's what my case will be. They flipped the entire roster. It's the first time ever a general manager has had 2 completely different 53-man rosters in one Super Bowl to the same team. Not a single holdover player from that former team that won it. And then he's still the GM, new coach, new everything. And they won it again. He's amazing. And I know you guys are both friendly with him. Like, I can't say enough. He's just the coolest dude in the world.
He's the coolest dude. And
she's
Tracy's
so great too.
So cool.
Yeah. Behind every cool guy is a cooler girl. And she also like loves it and knows that, like, I see him conferring with her about stuff, and his family's all like working within the organization, and like, but he also just is all about it. But he also has such a, I don't know. It's like he can be having some drinks and playing some late night Jenga, and then like anything football comes up and he just sobers up and knows exactly, like, and just has such a, I think similarly to the way, Pete was doing things, like, has a clear vision about what they want to do and how they want to do it. It's like, we're going to commit to this. And if it's, even with like paying certain positions, I've, gotten to be privy to, it's like, this is how much we're allocating for this position. And if this guy wants this and we can't do it, then we'll go figure it out, because like this is our plan, and we have, like, this is what we're staying within. And I mean, dude, some of these draft picks, like, dude, to get like even Warrior and like Stone and Gray Zabel, like he was our 5th pick, right?
Zabel was a 17th pick overall.
17th, that's right. Still, dude, like
Witherspoon was a 5th pick.
Witherspoon was 5. I mean, but I don't know, dude. And just obviously, like, the Russ trade we got a lot back for that.
I had an interesting interaction with Russ. I went to that Fanatics party. We talked for a while, and like I was like, are you like enjoying this week? Is it weird? He's like, I have nothing but like affection and love for those fans. Like, I think it's his legacy with the Seahawks is very interesting to me.
I hope that it gets like fixed, because I think it's going to start with him, because I think the fans are pretty in the know of like how he would, like, he spoke up a little bit too much. I think he tried to, the way he was in Denver still feels like it was almost in Seattle, because he left and was that way. So it was like, oh, he must have also been that way behind closed doors in Seattle, and everybody just got a bad taste in their mouth. Now, I got nothing but love for him, because how many quarterbacks went to the hospital every Tuesday?
Tuesday, Children's Hospital.
Anybody who's that was for show is out of
their He needs, they need to put up statues.
He kept us competitive for 10 years. And look, I mean, you try being the most famous quarterback in the planet. Obviously, you probably don't make all the right decisions, but I think he needs to come back at some point and be welcomed into the way that like Averill and Sherm and Michael Bennett are, because I think he'd love it, dude. And it's like, who knows how much ball he's got left? Like, throw him in the booth with Rabel.
Saw a lot of Wilson jerseys this week.
Come on, man.
Yeah, beloved.
Joel.
Yeah, beloved. I should jump off and go to therapy.
I want to thank you, dude. I want to thank both you guys. Real quick, Adam.
But I'm looking at the point, like, obviously Kenneth Walker was unreal and kept it going. And Sam was just managed that game so insanely well. The defense was unstoppable. And then I think it was the best special teams performance in the history of football.
Both of them.
Record for the most field goals. And Michael Dixon put the ball on the 3 every time, dude.
Pinned him every time. Impossible to duplicate. I mean, until they get back in there themselves. But what?
I think we have the beginnings of a dynasty. I don't want to speak too soon, but like, if we can keep this squad together and stay healthy.
Adam, in closing, can we get a little Dr. Phil and then we'll wrap this?
Well, speaking of,
all right, I'll jump off because what? Dr. Phil, I'll sign you off with Luke Wilson.
Look,
Oh, great.
Okay, it sounded more like Rachel
Good to see
Ray,
you
but
guys.
agree to disagree.
Rachel
All right, we'll keep
Ray.
her right here. Joel, thanks. We'll miss you.
Joel, love you, buddy.
Give us a quick flex. Give us a quick flex, Joel. Give us a quick flex, Joel. Come on. All right. Well, Joel was here. Oh,
He's out.
there we go. Joel was around, Peter, for 3 of the losses this year, but turned it around with a Super Bowl appearance. And what it teaches us is that life gives you curveballs when you're looking for a fastball. What you want to do is look. There's 2 sides to a pancake. Okay, you might wake up and have to, but if you can make it out of the bed before that happens, you've done something special. I know that my wife, Robin, shout out, we've been married for 57 years. Look, we don't.
Yeah, come on, what are we doing here?
Every 4th of July, we have a party where the whole Phil household is filled with balloons, cake, and mystery notes that I leave around the house, inspiring words to tell people, look, you might not be at your best today, but tomorrow's a new day. And the Seahawks and Sam Darnold in particular showed us that you got to wake up with the sun, go to bed with the moon, stop, drop, and roll, Lego your ego, and only do drugs with fun people. Because at the end of the day, if you're alone and confused in the shower, you can turn things around by shaving your head, your back, your anus, and your crack. We'll be right back.
Perfect.
We'll keep it right here at the Super Bowl Seahawks parade, which is happening right now. I got to go actually and start drinking. It is 11:24 Pacific Standard Time. It's 1:24 in Shanghai. Shout out to Jackie Chan, Shanghai Nights, my second favorite movie of all time. First favorite movie is Air Bud 4, where he learned how to play pickleball. But I digress. But I also impress Shania Twain style myself with my knowledge of Jason Myers. 5 field goals in one game, never been done before. And just like my friend Tom Selleck said on the set of Mr. Baseball, hey, can I get some goddamn beef jerky?
Perfect. Where can we see you, dude? Give me a quick list here.
Dude, I am on tour right now. My first theater tour, the Who Is Me theater tour, AdamRayComedy.com for tickets this weekend. I'm in Detroit, Minneapolis, and then and then coming up, we got North Carolina, March 11th through the 13th, South Carolina on the 14th, Vegas, my first time in Vegas at the Wynn at the Encore Theater.
Oh, yeah, dude. When is that?
March 20th during March Madness. Come out, and then we got Columbus on the 27th of March, Cleveland on the 28th, Pittsburgh on the 29th, and then I got Denver and St. Louis in April. Australia this June, doing some Dr. Phil's in Australia and Canada. And then my Netflix podcast starts, I believe, in March. The Adam Ray Show, check that out. And of course, youtube.com/AdamRayComedy for all the Dr. Phil's and stand-up compilations. And Peter and I will be launching our OnlyFans feet only. July, I think, of 2035. So
right for the 250-year anniversary of our country, our foot only fans will be
only fans.
That's it. I can't thank you enough, bro. You are the man. I'm so happy we've gotten to know each other, and I'm so fired up for you and your Seahawks fans.
Thanks, brother.
Well, that's a perfect way to end the NFL season. Perfect way to end the Super Bowl run for the Seahawks. 2 of the funniest men alive. Adam Ray. If you're not an Adam Ray fan yet, I know you are now, and you should probably see his stand-up bit. This guy is blowing up, hilarious, and obviously a diehard. We just got to know each other recently. I think he's superb. He's hilarious. And then Joel McHale, longtime friend, is a longtime fan of football. Seahawks has been coming in and out of Good Morning Football. He's hosted the ESPYs. He's done a million things, but like at the core, he's just a football fan. And him and his son just enjoying a Super Bowl, crying and weeping. And that's what it's all about. That is truly what it's all about. So as much as I'm talking about the parties and the glitz and the glamour of the Super Bowl, at the end of the day, it's Mike Macdonald hugging his dad, and it's Adam Ray drawing on his friend's face with Dave Matthews. Guys, we will see you next week. This was a bonanza. It was an amazing Super Bowl. It was an amazing Super Bowl week, and I cannot wait to recap you whatever the heck we got going on next week. I'm going to take a nice long nap. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. The Schrager Hour. Thank you, guys.